Hi, I'm Tara from Crooked Row.
And I'm Christopher.
Today we're gonna plant Yukon Gold potatoes, but actually this is more Christopher's thing. He's our potato guy, so I'm gonna let him take control.
So, potatoes are kind of like my passion out here in the garden. I love potatoes. They're like my favorite thing to plant, my favorite thing to eat. And so I've kind of learned a lot about these as we've gardened over the years. So, as you can see here in the background, we have dug these 2 trenches. They're about 4 inches deep all the way down. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna be placing our potatoes along the bottom of these. Now today we're gonna be showing in the video, we're gonna be putting in whole potatoes. And you can put in your potatoes either whole or put them in either whole or chitted, which means you cut them.
But just make sure that there are 2 eyes on every potato. So if you cut them, you want to let the wet part of the potato after you cut it dry out. So sometimes that can take a day, sometimes that takes a couple days. But you just kind of lay them out in a single layer on a tray with the wet side up or the cut side up so that it can dry. Otherwise, disease will get in when you plant it.
Yes. And so today we're just gonna stick the potatoes inside these trenches, throw some fertilizer on it, and then we will cover it over, and we'll go ahead and do a time lapse and show you how to do it. So
there's also a we're doing this in several different ways. So today we're doing this in the ground, and this is one of the tests kind of that we're doing in the ground, and we're gonna hill them as they grow and put mulch over them. But we're also building we're building raised beds, more raised beds for our potatoes, because we want to see which yield we get better. And we're also, over where our compost was, we're going to create a special bed over there to kind of do some different types of growing so we can see what will give us the biggest yield, because we got a big family and we need the biggest yield. I know you do too. So
let's go ahead and let's get started. I just wanted to take a break from a minute to show you, kind of tell you about chitting potatoes. And so, as you can see right here, we have a whole potato. Now this one has like 4, 5 eyes on it, as you can see. And typically you would chit with one a little bit bigger than this, but what that is when you have a potato that is capable of making multiple plants, you can cut it. And so, like you can see with this one here, we cut it in half, and you can see there's the different eyes. Now the thing with chitting is it can make your plants susceptible to disease, and your plants are actually using the potato as nourishment in their early growth. And so what you want to do to combat those issues is, for every sprout you need a substantial amount of potato, like probably about a half of a potato per 2 or 3 sprouts on it. And then to help with disease, my parents a long time ago, we lived in Amish country. And so the Amish taught them to coat their chitted potatoes in ash. Wood ash specifically, to make it more disease resistant. And that's always worked for us. We've never had a ton of problems with rotting or disease. And it has to be 100% wood ash. It cannot have any plastic or anything in it. So I'm gonna go ahead, and of course the same things apply to chitted potatoes as the other ones. You always still want the eyes, the sprouts, facing upward when you're planting them. But so, let's get back to it. Hey, so we finished up out here. As you can see, we have them planted. They are 4 inches deep beneath the soil. We got compost in there. We mixed it in with real fine dirt. And so, yep, that's pretty much all for our potatoes.
So we'll see how this all turns out in the different testing sites with our potatoes and tomatoes this year. This is our first shot in the ground. We're also going to plant some Kennebec potatoes in this same bed. So we'll have 2 different types in this bed, and then we'll make another video and talk all about the procedure of cutting potatoes called chitting, and just kind of show you what we do. And we roll ours in ashes, so that's a completely different way to do it. So stay tuned for next time.
And always remember, if we can garden, anybody can.
Anybody.
Bye.
Bye.